As South Africa stands at the crossroads of the healthcare evolution, the role of medical aids emerges as an anchor in ensuring access to quality and affordable medical services. We're joined by Bestmed CEO Leo Dlamini as we explore the much talked about upcoming increases in medical aid contributions and how they're set to address the growing demands of the nation's health landscape. So thank you very much for joining us today. Tell us a little bit about Bestmed Medical Scheme.
Bestmed is what we call an open medical scheme. It dates back to its humble beginnings in 1964. So it was registered as a closed scheme in 1964. Fast forward to 1990, it then registered as an open scheme. And then in that same year, it's renamed to Bestmed. It then grows by about 15,000 members. It's grown organically, but it also has had a few amalgamations, and it hits the 100,000 milestone. Given we've achieved growth, let's test if this growth is enjoyed by the members that we've registered, i.e. the impact that we have on members. Go out, we test a couple of properties, get feedback that says we're doing the right stuff. Complaints is very important in our industry, given the type of product that it is. It's not a cheap product, but also it's consumed when people are vulnerable. So when things go wrong, the voice is louder. So when you have the least number of complaints, it says that against your industry peers, you're doing the right stuff.
Then how has Bestmed been able to achieve growth in what many would describe as a stagnant industry?
If you look at 2020, I managed to achieve 2.4% growth. The industry in 2020 saw shrinkage. COVID happened, disposable income became scarce, people lost jobs, industry shrunk 1.8%. In that same period, we achieved 2.4%. So how then do you achieve growth in an industry that's stagnant? One of those things is value for money. One of our products, our fastest growing ones, has been tested against similar products in the market, and it's one of the leading ones in terms of value for money. So that's the one aspect. The other aspect is making sure that once we have somebody as a member of the Bestmed family, that the way we interact with you is in such a way that it inspires the kind of thing that we call personally yours.
So that's basically an against the stream kind of growth that you've been able to achieve. And I suppose that speaks to the value proposition of Bestmed. Tell us a little bit about that.
Our products are positioned towards providing value for money, which is a very important aspect. But it's not enough. The second part is we have a brand promise that says when you interact with us, we're going to be compassionate. We're going to treat you like a human being, regardless of the number of members that we have. So we're personally yours. So this is one of the other things that's very important in terms of achieving the growth. When we tested the market, what that did, it said our members generally experience us as being personally yours. So we then went into the business to say, let's make sure that we continue, even as we interact. Even if I say no to an authorization, I say it in a way that you understand.
What would inform a medical aid's price increases?
So there's two streams of funding for us. We are the center. We receive and then we pay. So between those two elements, the utilization and the cost of providing that service, that's what determines the cost, which we then see. What we then have is the contribution we receive from the members. And we have then the responsibility to make sure the scheme is sustainable. This has to balance. What we're getting in and what we're paying out has to work because sustainability is more important. Currently, the industry is going through deficit-making space. The industry, so the claims, the utilization and cost is higher than what we're getting in. To be able to close this gap, I'm going to increase my contributions, what I receive, by this percent, so that eventually this equation then works. The last comment, which is very important, is I have to consider the affordability of my members. I can't just keep increasing them because then it becomes unaffordable. That also doesn't serve the sustainability of the scheme.
Bestmed has been a prominent player in the medical aid industry for nearly 6 decades. Today, we got to explore the dynamics of their personally yours commitment, understanding the nuances of the medical scheme industry, and charting a course that blends exceptional healthcare solutions with an individualized touch.